Hello and welcome to David's World. As you say, I am on my island as usual, and I want to just discuss some game improvements that the makers of this game could make to make the game better. So, my first thought for game improvements would be something that I have to do every time I come into the game. As you see, I'll move this onto here. As you see, across the bottom of the screen, we have our little, technically, our Use Now bar. But it has things in it that I don't want. Now, here we have two options. Option one, this could just be blank when we start the game. So you can put in what you want to have in. But the likelihood is that the things that you're more likely to need when you start a game are actually now, as you see, I have to spend time in each game doing this. And what I put into my position are the three tools. So why can't we automatically just have our three tools in our bar for using at the start of a game? It's not like it's difficult to do, but just sticking up anything is actually quite pointless. So that is my first improvement to this game. Now let's look at my second improvement I think they should make. This is technically our big inventory box. But the thing comes is that one improvement would be to make the background, instead of opaque, but to make it solid, to make the items easier to see. You could actually also make the icons a little larger to make them easier to see, because quite a few items are exactly the same. And if you look at this, which is a pane of glass, you can barely see that on the background that it has. That one is virtually invisible. So we have all these items, and they're in no specific order. And there is another thought on how to increase and make it much more easier to find things. Why not separate them off into their individual categories? Like put all the blocks together, put all the trees together, put all the food together, and put them in starting at the top with what you are more likely to be needing to use first. Now, if you take it, most building stuff isn't going to be used every time you come on, but maybe seeds are, equipment, cakes and foods stuff, all in neat little lists. So like this onion and this carrot are together with the berries, having them everything that is the same type of category item all grouped together would make it easier to find what you are looking for to add to your lower bar. Now I find that immensely, that I sometimes go up and down the bar and I miss what I'm looking for because it's just so hard to see. And I don't know if you are noticing, but the screen is now turning a little darker. An upgrade to this game was to have nighttime. Now, this isn't really a game improvement, but as you see, it's getting darker. But the problem comes is that day and night come really fast. You know, it's not like there's an hour between having an hour's worth of daylight and an hour's worth of night. It's quite regular. Now, I am going to continue talking and we're going to have the moon come up, go down, and daylight come, and you'll see how long nighttime actually lasts in the game. But as we are going to continue, I'll stay outside and we'll go up to my item 3. for game improvements. As you are quite aware, these are the chests. They hold 80, well, you would have thought they would hold more than the 40 items, and my suggestion is that these are small chests, denoting that there should have been a medium chest and a large chest. So when I said before was, why not have the chests hold 80 items and not 40 items? They don't have to take up any more space, but they could just hold more, and make that option in the thing to make a bigger chest, or to be able to upgrade the one we currently have. Now, if you take it, when you look at the chest, you have no idea how much items are in it. It could be totally empty, like what this one is now, or it could have something in, but you don't know. It would be interesting to have some type of, when you come over it like this and you get being told it's an industrial chest, being told if it has anything in it could be quite a useful item. So if I came over this one and it said it has 40 items in, and it did, then I would know that it was full and needed emptying. There's nothing to say when any of these chests are full, other than, which they won't be, other than that the whole line would be full and there would be item product here on the conveyor belt, not going into the chest. As you see, the moon is getting lower. Up, here we are. This is it. This chest is full. And the only way I can tell is because the conveyor has an item on it. And as you see, it's full. But there's nothing on the chest denoting that the chest is full, which would be quite useful while playing the game to collect up the items if you knew the chest was full. As you see, the moon has nearly gone, and we will soon get our daylight back. But why have day and night come so quickly? It's not like there is much time. Okay, we are now back to day, and that was probably about 3 minutes. I'll find the start time and I'll put it up at the bottom to show that the moon has nearly gone and we have daylight back. But there does not seem any reason to have daylight so soon. Why not have the game run maybe for 8 hours and then have an hour of night time? Or just have it match standard times. So let's get to another item that I want to say should be improved. But let's stop off at this item here first. Now, this is the washing station. And weirdly enough, this is more like how I think other things should be like. Now, this is a modern item, but as you see, when you click on it, you instantly get only given the items that it will clean. You don't get the full everything being listed. Plus, it is not opaque, it is solid, and the icons are large. Now, using the word crafted here is a bit pointless. It should be wash it. But this item is showing what I think things should be more like when they are a single use item. Oh, I have some full things here. Okay. cut video as soon as I stop to open that chest, restart video when I get to the vending machine. And let's come back. Okay, as you see, we are now standing at the vending machine. This is another game upgrade that I think they should do, and it is technically a massive big oversight. Now, let's just start with one. Every person should be given one vending machine to make trading safer and reduce the word scam, which gets used a lot when people physically, the only way they can trade is to have the item in the hand, press Q and drop it for the other person to pick up. By doing that, you actually mean that somebody has to drop an item and someone can pick it up and then just not give anyone what they agreed to be their payment. So let us open the vendor machine and I will show you the problem or problems the vendor machine has. Now you click F to open and then you press edit. Now as you see, once again it is opaque and we'll see what behind, so it's difficult to read what's in the item. So my first thing is setting price for items. If you click this plus over here where the arrow is pointing at, it goes up by 5 coins. Now if you have an expensive item, you are going to be sitting here for a very long time clicking this 5 button to get it to the very large number. Why did we not have like a dial that you find on a bike lock with the digits, and you rotate them round and have them plus and minus above, plus above and minus below? So this 0 would have a plus and a minus. The minus below, the plus above. This 4 would have a plus and a minus, and continue till you ended up at £1 million number. But the other thing is also with this is that if you pick the item, now I've took that one off, and what I'm going to do is actually we'll go to iron. Say you pick an item and you want to sell a lot of it. Here are a couple of problems. This is what happens when you add one item at a time. Not only that, but the vendor machine has a limit of 150. Why can't we just have something like what the coin deposit is and just say plus a larger number, or be able to type in the number you want to sell? Like you could type in the number of coins you want to sell it for, a keyboard shortcut, or just an additional box at the side here that has a standard layout of the number keys. So we could just say, and actually when you finish doing this, all you do is click the cross and that puts the item in to the vendor machine, although it doesn't say that anyway. So let's return back to where we were. So as you've seen, this is a number of game improvements that would make the game easier. And when I was going on about my chest and the production and why I think most of the things should be more like the washing station, is when you come to the industrial sawmill or any of the industrial items and you press F. As you see, this should really be set up with fuel and what it will actually do. So there's no point bringing up the whole menu. So you see, to get to anything, the only things it will actually do are things which are sort of hazed out a darker colour. And most of these, they're actually fuel and not what would go through the machine. I actually have nothing that will go through this machine. But I had to scroll down this whole list to find that out. Because you can't do anything. It's already in a block. Now I'm intrigued with what this will actually do. I'm going to put 3 blocks in. Let's give it a piece of coal and let's see what happens. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so that is it. When you come to use a piece of equipment, this display should be more like the wash station. The display is opaque and hard to read. The items that you are using as fuel and what is going into the machine are not clearly displayed, which they could quite easily be. Now this continues with all machines, making it easier for the person to see. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.